Okay, so these are 4 things you should avoid in front of the goal. Let's go. The first thing to avoid is a bad first touch because it can create a bad situation for you when you're trying to get a goal. You make sure that your body is turned the correct way when you're getting the ball, and then after that you make sure to look up before you even receive the ball to make sure that you know where the goalie is and where to shoot it. So let's say you're getting the ball from one of your fullbacks, so you want to make sure that your body's open towards the goal, and then it's coming from here, then you'll take a touch like this if you're right-footed, and then you can, after that, you're able to shoot with your right foot or take another touch. The danger of taking a bad first touch in front of the goal is that it can create a situation where you lose the ball, and then the defenders are able to turn around and then take the ball up to the other side and create a goal for themselves. A good way to practice this is a drill in triangles where you're passing it off and then making sure that you're able to move your body and turn it in the right direction. So the next thing to avoid is shooting full power right in front of the goal on a 1v1 with the goalie. And this is because it's very important to make sure that precision where you're close to the goal instead of just firing at the ball. So if I'm one-on-one with the goalie right now, I would usually take a touch more, and then I would read the goalie if she's gonna maybe throw it down to one side or throw it down to the other, and then I might fake shooting, and then to make sure that the goalie falls to one side and then put it slowly into the other side of the goal. Oh, I have a rule that when I come up 1v1 to the goalie, I usually make sure to either hit the far corner or the near corner depending on how the goalie is standing and what they're covering the most from. We usually practice this very slowly right before the game start during our warm-up, where I warm up the goalie and then I take some of these 1v1s with her and then see which way she's gonna fall, also to make her practice and warm up. So moving on to the next thing, it would be rushing your shot on a 1v1. So as I was just talking about the 1v1 situations, you have to make sure not to just rush it because then the goalie is usually filling up more of the goal, and which is why you actually have to be patient and then make sure that you're taking the right shot at the right time. I would usually take a touch around the goalkeeper. It does not matter for me if it's to the right or to the left since I can shoot with both of my feet. And then I would usually just put a slow ball into the goal with the inside of my foot. I usually make sure to only shoot when I'm ready to shoot, which actually helps me a lot to not overthink the situation when I'm 1v1 with the goalie because there's a lot of eyes on you and there's a lot of expectations for you to score when there's no defenders in your way. So just make sure that you're on the right side of the goal and that you've actually gotten past and faked the goalie. I would say the perfect time to shoot in a 1v1 is when you've faked the goalie and you know that the goalie is putting their weight on the wrong foot, knowing that you're able to put it in one of the sides that they're not balancing on. So the last thing to avoid when inside the box is actually passing the ball unless you're in a situation where you can lay it back perfectly to another player. And this is because it can create a very bad situation with you not taking advantage of the situation that you're in and being able to score a goal. A small rule of thumb that I usually have on the field without even thinking is that if I'm past the small goalie box, then I would usually end up passing it back to create a bigger situation and then a larger chance of goal. But if I'm out here or one of the sides, then I would shoot by myself. So if there's a defender right in front of me, I'm not alone with the goalie, then I would usually take a touch to get past them. And if that's not possible, then I would usually stop the ball and then look to the sides to see if some of my other forwards are with me so I can pass it out and then they can create a bigger chance. I would say the easiest way to get in a position and take advantage of situations where you're in front of the box and in front of the goal is to actually just be moving around the defenders instead of fighting with them. So create space for yourselves, pull away from the defenders, and then you're able to move and turn in front of the goal. Yeah, I would definitely think and say to the young players to make sure to focus on having fun while playing the game because it is still a game and you want to make sure to stay in it for as long as possible. You need to be having fun and you need to be creating situations that are good for you, and then you also just need to be your best self on the field. You make sure that you're having fun by playing soccer by basically every time you come to practice is something that you look forward to and not something that's an obligation for you. Thank you guys so much for listening and following along, and I'll see you guys out on the pitch.